So the market is currently red, which opens up a great opportunities for us to buy altcoins on a discounted price. I'll be specifically going through different layer one networks, as usually what we end up seeing in altcoin season is the layer one networks and blockchain networks in general end up being some of the projects that pump the most the earliest, as a lot of the altcoins are going to be building on different networks. They're going to be one of the main projects tied into, a lot of these altcoins. So in this video, we're going to end up going through 5 different layer ones that I think, starting off with some of the higher cap projects, which I think can do 10 to 20x's, finishing off with projects that I think can do that 100x. Trust me, we've got some gems in here. We previously talked about many layer ones and so 100x's, 50x's and so on. And this is just going to be one of those days where we end up calling a few of these altcoins very early. Well, not early on, but simply pointing out great buy opportunities for very discounted altcoins at this current moment. Before we get in, nothing's financial advice. Please do your own research. With that being said, the first layer one network we're going through is Injective. I won't spend too much time diving exactly into every single layer one, as a lot of it will have to be your own research, as I always advise to do. Do your own research, guys. Don't just go off anything someone says on YouTube or something, right? But with that being said, Injective is the first project. We first talked about Injective sub $5 before the bull run in 2023 time. So a while back, right? It's currently sitting at $15 and I haven't seen such a good opportunity to buy Injective in a while. This has been sitting at $15, been holding support over $12 or $13 if I'm not wrong. It's currently sitting at $1.5 billion market cap. I've said it before, but I think Injective's got some of the best marketing in crypto, right? I don't know why this is connected to the Injective handle. Let's move to our Injective, yeah. Okay, but yeah, Injective is, in my opinion, as I said, they've got some of the best marketing. The ecosystem has also got some of the best marketing. And marketing is going to be key for any layer one network, because they want as many, protocols and projects to build on top of their blockchain network. And the only way they're going to do that is if there's a lot of eyes. If they can cross promote and help promote some of these projects, dApps like Helix, for example, then of course they would want to build on those protocols. And Injective have set an example for upcoming layer ones, and I do think $100, $200 Injective isn't so crazy, right? I think it's better than Ethereum. I do generally believe that. Better than Matic, better than a lot of these blockchain and layer one networks that are above them in current market cap. With that being said, the next project is actually EOS. Now, EOS is currently sitting below a $1 billion market cap. They've been sitting above 60 cents now for a while. Throughout all these dips, these guys have been sat over 60 cents, right? Again, I do think a 50% plus support they're currently on at the moment. And just now, it's a great opportunity to first, it might dip further, but I don't think it's going to dip further below 50 cents. Just depends on how the market works out. But when it comes to risk to ratio, EOS is probably one of the best plays in this video, right? It's definitely one of the best trades in this video if we look at risk to ratio, right? I do generally think that. First thing I want to go through is their total value locked. So currently, nearly, I think it's 30% or 20% of the supply is locked, right? Which means holders are currently staking and locking their tokens, and that value has only been increasing, which you can see on the chart here. This is probably one of the bullish metrics that you can have as a layer one and blockchain network, because it shows that people are holding their tokens. They're not looking to sell. They've got high conviction. So just with that specific narrative, I do think EOS is a great play at the current moment. You go and zoom out on the chart here, and these guys are literally close to their all-time low. And if you don't know about the story about EOS, look into it. These guys have been around since 2018. They raised a lot of money back in 2017-18, went live. Their old team basically did a soft drug, and the community took over, and they formed the EOS Network Foundation, right? And after taking over, these guys have been building. There's been launching projects, working with large gaming projects and so on. And the network has been thriving. I really do think that. In a dev point of view, in a marketing point of view, in a lot of POVs, these guys have been absolutely killing it. So EOS at the current price, I do think it's very, very good play, right? Moving on to the next project is Alephium. Alephium is another altcoin, another layer one. Altcoin, right? ALF. that we talked about very early on, right? This was very early play for us. In fact, we talked about it at these current price points before it pumped up, right? Now, as I said, if we do end up seeing altcoin season in the next 1 month or two, this is going to be a great price point to get in. Even if it comes around later on in the year, I don't think this is like a very, very low price, very discounted price for a project like Alephium, right? In terms of the marketing and sort of onboarding for the ecosystem has also been very good. I really like how they've gone about doing things. They've basically made themselves like a layer one for everyone, right? They've been doing a very good job with that, building non-stop. And I do think, again, just like EOS, just like Injective, this is going to be one of those projects that's going to end up doing very well in the altcoin season. And not only that, with the current price, I do think it is an amazing fucking entry right now. 67 million market cap. Like, it's just, in my opinion, an absolute steal, right? It is an absolute steal. They've got great layer one, great speed, great costs, very accessible. They're listed on a lot of exchanges. Of course, they haven't got any tier one listings yet. So when that comes around, we might see even more people coming in on board, right? But with that being said, let's move on to the next project, which is Quai Network. So the next project in this video is Quai Network. These guys have literally just launched recently, right? I remember seeing them at 15 cents and thinking, market's a bit shaky, let me not buy. And since then, these guys have run up to all the way to a 35 cents. They're seeing $125 million market cap and $800 million FTV. The circulating supply compared to the total supply, there's a lot of it that is currently not unlocked yet. So in terms of dilution, definitely keep an eye out on that. But just in general, the volume, the amount of people they have managed to onboard, and just overall, their tech has been absolutely incredible. And the best part of it all, we are very, very early. The first decentralized energy dollar on the only scalable and programmable proof of work blockchain, right? These guys TGE'd very recently. And if you got involved in the TGE, good on you. If you haven't, this is still an amazing buy opportunity, I do think, especially on how these guys have ended up turning out. I wish I ended up buying at 15 cents when I saw it, but I didn't. However, I do still think this is a great entry. They're only listed in some of the tier 2 and tier 3 exchanges. So once we end up seeing, a few tier 1 exchanges, this could easily be a 500 million to 1 million market cap project as a whole, right? The final project in this video, many of you are aware, because it's one of my most viewed videos. It is actually Neurai XNA. We talked about XNA before it was at $1 million market cap. This thing went all the way up to 35 million, 40 million, right? I believe. It went up to 60 million. See what I mean? It went up to 60 million. I remember there. I held through, I sold, sold throughout, and I'm still holding a small position in XNA. And don't get me wrong, I am very tempted to buy back because the XNA team is still around. They're still building, and $3 million market cap for what these guys are building is totally fucking undervalued, right? It is totally undervalued. Now, when it comes to my price prediction for Neurai, I do think 100 million, 5 to 500 million is not an insane prediction. It is very, very possible. It is very fucking possible that we see 100 million, 200 million Neurai XNA. Now, when do we see that? I do think this altcoin season, it might be our answers for it. Now, even a $10 million market cap Neurai XNA, which has hit just recently, right? With the recent pump, the small altcoin season, I guess, when the AI, we had AI agents and AIs going all over the gaff. We did see Neurai break above $13 million market cap, and I was like, okay, this is the start of something. But obviously, we died back down again, but these guys are still building, Even though, yes, the price is dipping, volume has been consistently above 100K throughout these periods. And it's only a matter of time until we start seeing a price bounce. So keep an eye out on it. Neurai XNA is definitely one of the projects that I am very, very bound upon just because I found it so early. I've been involved in it for so long now. And I do think just overall, it's going to end up doing numbers. Keep an eye out on it. It's been your boy, The Tav Crypto. Nothing was financial advice, of course. Like always, do your own research. With that being said, take care and peace.